Hey guys, welcome back to Ollie's Zoo again. I'm following up on the video that I said I would do the other day. I'm going to look at live plants and how they can be beneficial to keeping certain species of reptile. We might even get a bit of amphibian action in there. And oh my gosh, Yoda is being so aggressive. I'm worried he's going to lunge out at me at any second, much to my sister's hilarity, I'm sure. She has this running joke with how I dropped Yoda on that video that one time. I think that's going to happen again, to be honest with you. He's really in defence mode. I was just spot cleaning him and he climbed down from his basking spot to come and confront me. So please just stay back, Yoda. I'm really grateful that you're playing up to the camera for me, because you normally don't. But anyway, we're going to talk about live plants today. I really think that this is sort of the future of keeping reptiles in captivity, certainly as pets anyway. I know it's a cliche saying that, but the use of live plants is very important for many reasons, and it's very easy to do as well, which is one reason that it's, to me as a keeper, it can be quite frustrating to see sometimes these sort of non-naturalistic setups that people have for reptiles. Live planted setups are so easy to maintain as long as you have like a compost based substrate. Then that works for live planting. You know, it'll keep the plants nice and healthy. Make sure that you're always providing the plants with UVB lighting. As you can see here, I have a canopy top for Yoda, which has reflectors in it. You know, these aluminium plates that reflects the light back down into the tank, and those vitamin D particles, the plants absorb that so that they can photosynthesize, which is, you know, biology basics that you learn in primary school. And the addition of live plants, it oxygenates the tank better, I believe, so it's more breathable for the reptiles, allows better ventilation as well, so you're not going to get fungal growth like you would sometimes. And just in general, it looks, in my opinion, it looks awesome, a live setup. You know, there's so many types of plants now that you can keep for reptiles because it's becoming, you know, quite the thing. You know, it's quite popular to do now. Certainly in the last sort of 5 years anyway, as long as I've been keeping reptiles, it's becoming more and more popular every year. You're seeing more and more people keeping reptiles in live-based setups. You know, and it allows them to exhibit more species-specific behaviours. Yemen chameleons, of course, as I've said before, are they prefer to, you know, remain in the treetops. They don't like to be on the ground that much. And you know, with all these sort of like intertwining branches and things like that, it allows them great opportunities to do that, to exhibit those behaviours. If you're not providing climbing opportunities for this species of lizard, it can be quite stressful, and they're a stressful species anyway, so it's important to provide them with security, which plants do as well. You know, it's dense in here compared to when I first set it up. It's just it's messy almost. I painted this when I first got this tank set up. I had it all planted out nice and neat, and it's just overgrown into this mass sea of green. You know, and chameleons, of course, you know, they do like to sort of blend in with their environment, or, you know, we believe that they like it anyway. So of course, providing green plants in you know, particular, is going to correspond with their chromatophores, which is what helps them to change colour anyway. So yeah, so in terms of welfare and species-specific behaviours, live plants are very good. We're off to fire-bellied realm, fire-bellied toad realm. We've not been in this tank for a while. And this is another great example of using live plants for amphibians this time. This is just a moss ball that I bought when I first set this tank up, roughly about 16 months ago it must have been now. You know, and all these pebbles as well, they're all real, they're not artificial. Fair enough, they're artificial. I'll hold my hand up there, but this right here, a lot of it is submerged in water, as you can see. And it works great because the plant will give off oxygen that will keep this water, you know, at a sort of like healthy breathable state for these guys. And of course, amphibians, you can't just give them any old water, as I've explained before in the past. It needs to be devoid of metals. So, you know, you need to let it sit for 24 hours. But the plant will help in that process of oxygenating it. And of course, you know, if you see how like thick and well grown this is, you know, it covers half of the tank. It's a great hiding place for them, is this. Help them to feel nice and secure. So it's like what I was saying with the chameleon, with Yoda. You know, it does allow for that feeling of security. So yeah, I really like this moss ball, and I think it makes a great addition for the cheeky fire-bellied toads. And then last but not least, this is probably my favourite vivarium that I've ever set up. It's turned into just such a beautiful setup, in my opinion. Not to be too big-headed, but this is for Malcolm, who he's just over there, just having a nice bask. And as I said in the crested gecko video that I did earlier, the crested geckos, you know, they come from New Caledonia, which is like a sort of temperate rainforest type setting. So when I first set this tank up, I wanted it to be filled with, you know, not like ferns and things like that, but like these sort of like stringy, thin plants, you know. And a lot of these are like land-based plants as well, that you see in a lot of poison dart setups now. And, you know, this tank, I maintain it at around about, you know, sort of 25 to 28 degrees. And that's when it's, you know, getting to, you know, late afternoon when the tank's been on all day. Obviously, there's the UVB lighting so that the plants can photosynthesize correctly. But to be honest with you, you know, I found that these plants, live plants, they thrive at the lower end of the 20s. So for crested geckos, it works perfectly because they don't like it too hot anyway. I did try have live plants in Maximus's tank in the you know, leopard tortoise vivarium, but because they like it at 35 degrees minimum, it was just too hot and the plants just shriveled up and died. You know, so but you know, in a tank like this, you know, if I take it down to the lower levels, how well you can see it, but there's so many hiding places in here for him, and you won't believe it, but there's like a Buddha statue in here. And at first when I set this up, that was like sort of like the centerpiece of my vivarium, and you can't see it now. You know, there's a branch here for him to sit on. There's a branch somewhere in there. Don't know how well you can see it. So there's a multitude of hiding places, and it's on a compost-based substrate, all these plants, so that they, you know, can be maintained healthily as well. And you know, because they oxygenate the tank better, as I was saying in Yoda's case as well, because his tank is similar to this. You're going to prevent fungal growth as well, which of course, you know, if you get fungal growth in your vivarium, it can be quite dangerous to your reptiles, as the spores can, of course, attach to the skin of your pet. So yeah, there's probably more that I wanted to say about live plants, but it might could possibly cover another video. I hope you've enjoyed this, and it's a bit of a glimpse into how myself personally I like to keep reptiles, and I really think more people should do it, because like I say, you're replicating their environment as accurately as you can with live plants. You know, so you're allowing for those species specific behaviours, so ultimately it's better welfare. So I really champion it. I think more people should do it. Let me know if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, leave a comment down below in the video. Give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.